Hello, brave souls, and probably a few of you who clicked this thinking it was a medieval Airbnb tour. Sorry to disappoint. This isn't a cozy getaway, unless you're looking for a permanent ghost roommate. My name is Angel, yes, ironic, I know, and today I'll be your tour guide through the most haunted castle in Britain, Chillingham Castle. Ghosts? Yes, screams? Plenty. A dungeon with a torture chamber and a glowing ghost child. Buckle up. But real quick, comment below. Would you spend the night alone in a haunted castle? Yes? No? Or only if there's Wi-Fi and snacks? Alright, grab your sage, salt, or emotional support animal, because tonight we're crossing the threshold into one of the most terrifying and fascinating places in the UK. Let's go. This wasn't a home. This was a weapon, its purpose carved in stone. Chillingham Castle began as a monastery in the 12th century, before it was transformed into a fortress during England's brutal wars with Scotland. In 1298, King Edward I, known as the Hammer of the Scots, used it as a base in his campaigns. The castle's location made it a frontline stronghold. Border raids, assassinations, and sieges were common. Secret passageways were designed for ambushes. Murder holes in the ceiling allowed defenders to drop boiling oil or arrows onto invaders. The foundation of fear was laid in blood, and it only got darker from there. If the walls could scream, they probably still would. Meet John Sage, a former soldier turned executioner. During his tenure at Chillingham, it's believed he tortured and killed over 7,500 Scottish prisoners. He didn't just execute them, he experimented. Dismemberment, starvation, and public cruelty. He was feared even by his allies. But Sage's end was poetic. After killing his lover in a rage, the locals turned on him. He was dragged, beaten, and hanged. Today, people report hearing dragging chains, screams, and the metallic clank of his tools echoing through the dungeons. Not all ghosts are violent, some just cry for help. In the Pink Room, many have seen a glowing figure of a child, the Radiant Boy. He appears around midnight, sobbing and bathed in blue light. During renovations, workers discovered bones, those of a young boy and an adult male, sealed within the walls. The ghost's cries have diminished since, but his presence lingers. Some spirits are bound by heartbreak, not hatred. Lady Mary Berkeley was left behind by her husband, who ran off with her sister. She raised her child in the castle alone, in sorrow. Visitors hear her footsteps echoing through empty halls. Some hear a lullaby near the nursery. A woman in period clothing has been spotted staring out the windows, still waiting. Not all thirsts are quenched. The pantry ghost appears as a pale woman begging for water. She vanishes when you turn away. Legend says she was falsely accused of theft, locked in the pantry, and forgotten. Today, staff lock the pantry nightly, not because of protocol, but out of fear. Sometimes the dead don't want to be disturbed and they make sure you know it. Guests have returned stolen artifacts with letters of apology, reporting bad luck, illness, and even accidents. Since taking the dagger, I've lost my job, my partner, and I'm scared to sleep. Please take it back. Even skeptics come back, changed. Guests report doors slamming, icy gusts, whispering voices. Ghost tours regularly capture orbs and shadow figures. One visitor collapsed in the chapel after claiming he saw a full apparition. Ghost hunters using EMF detectors and thermal cameras capture strange anomalies, especially near the dungeon stairs. They called it a ghost lock-in. For some, it was a wake-up call. A team of investigators spent the night in the castle. Everything was quiet until 3:12 a.m. static filled their cameras. One screamed. When the footage was reviewed, a cold silhouette could be seen behind them. Fear isn't just supernatural, it's neurological. Experts explain that the brain often fills in gaps in low light or silence with imagined shapes or sounds. It's not all illusion, though. Stone tape theory suggests strong emotions imprint on buildings like recordings, especially in places like Chillingham, soaked in trauma. Some rooms remember you. The mirror room is infamous. Reflections lag behind movement. Some report seeing people behind them, only to turn and find no one there. The mirror itself, imported from a Spanish inquisitor's torture chamber. The past lies buried, but not forgotten. In the gardens, ground-penetrating radar revealed over 120 human remains, many of them children. No grave markers, no names. Perhaps plague victims, or perhaps something far worse. Art imitates life. Sometimes it traps it. In the hallway hang ancient tapestries. Guests claim to see faces, ones that weren't there the day before. Some say they shift slightly overnight. Theories suggest trauma lingers not only in stone, but in thread. Why do we keep chasing ghosts? Because we all have questions we're afraid to ask. Because some of us want proof, and some just want to feel something beyond this life. Ghosts are grief, memory, love unfinished. Maybe we don't chase them. Maybe they chase us. And that, my friends, is the tale of Chillingham Castle, where echoes live in the walls and no one truly ever leaves. If you made it this far without hiding behind a pillow, congrats. You're braver than me. Let me know in the comments. Which ghost would you be least excited to meet in the middle of the night? If you enjoyed this haunted history, don't forget to like this video, share it with your fellow ghost hunting friends, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next spooky story. Thank you all for watching, stay safe, and most importantly, stay spooky. Bye guys.